Okay, so we do have information about the Gogeta and the Broly cards that should be coming out. I'm going to say they come out tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you're new. Now, I believe this information came from the French data mining community. You guys know them. They're generally really, really good at what they do. Very, very accurate. I wouldn't report on it if they weren't a good source. And then we do have full translations courtesy of the Dokkan Reddit as well. So I do want to point out, though, just because, like I said, they're from a data mining community. They're not really like official in-game announcements and things like that. I don't believe that the data download has pushed through the game either yet. I didn't double check that. Things like that. So until we see, more concrete evidence, which again should be coming out probably tonight, to be honest. Just take it with a grain of salt. It could be incorrect. It most likely isn't, but you never know. Okay. So anyways, moving on. We start off with a SSR AGL Super Saiyan Gogeta. Now, when I reported on the Gogeta and Broly, on the V jump for that, and the fact that he would be a transforming unit and stuff, and he would be Super Saiyan, I was hoping that he would start off as something else, like Super Saiyan just in general, because that's another card we have in the game, so that should be good, but then I realized afterwards, I was like, wait a minute, we don't actually have a Super Saiyan Gogeta because the previous cards are called Super Gogeta instead of Super Saiyan Gogeta. So this is interesting. I don't know if he's going to be farmable or not. There are times where the summonable units are farmable, i.e. Jiren, UI Goku, just for example. So we'll see what happens. So this is interesting. Broly should be farmable, by the way, due to the old Broly event. So that should be 100% a thing you can do. And it looks like Broly actually starts off as base Broly, so you can literally just get the Broly that just came out on JP the Int one and probably use him to farm the super attack as well. So anyways, moving on. We do start off with Super Saiyan Gogeta, but key thing, if you didn't know, that means you can run your Super Gogetas on the same team with him. So that's why it's very cool that he has that leader skill too, because they could have been cucks, right? And actually named him Super Gogeta instead, but they didn't. Okay. So that being said, moving on, we have the leader skill: 2 key, 140% to attack, but 120 to HP and defense for the movie heroes, or 2 key and 140% attack, but 100% defense instead for the fusion category. That's exactly what I expected. I didn't expect anything like Realm of Gods or anything like that. Some people were thinking that, and it would be warranted, but I didn't think they were going to do that. Especially when they said he was going to start off as Super Saiyan, he wasn't going to get that. Fusion is actually a really cool one to have, though, because that category, it's a really good category, but it's not the one that's flush with a lot of options. It's just not. If you look at it, unless you're going to relegate yourself to using those Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Fusions units for the most part, this is a wide chunk of stuff right here in the middle that you can't even really use. And then some of this, like the SS3 Gotenks, will SS, who Dokkan Awakens to 3 Gotenks. Global can't use yet anyway. And then these guys down here, they awaken, but like not. I don't really think you should use them. Veku doesn't awaken. He might. Who knows? Maybe. Hopefully. So then we get up here, and this is like really all you really have to choose from. So not a bad thing. And then we have Gogeta up there in the there he is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, he was right here too. But yeah, so that's cool because you get to kind of use two categories together. No, none of these units, if they're in both, would get both boosts, but it's pretty cool. Let's go back. The passive skill is 77% attack and defense. Attack effective against all types. Medium chance to dodge the enemy's attack. Hold on. If we go back over to fusions, this is highly subject to change for this Gogeta. But these two, it actually applies to, especially right now. And then the LR, it doesn't apply to at all. Because the LR, for one, is hardly ever Gogeta. Again, this guy, he's probably going to get an easy A tomorrow. We'll see, or soon. I'm not going to include him, but I mean, yeah. These units don't have defense. This guy is a little bit of a wild card because he gets the defense from the super attack, and it's actually a respectable amount. I believe it's 50%. So it's just prior to his attack, he's not able to do anything. But he has a very high counter chance, so it's 70% counter chance, I believe. Yeah, 70% chance to evade and counter enemy super attacks. So he has defense, and then also he debuffs, but he doesn't have inbuilt defense in the passive is what I'm saying. This guy has none either, even though he reduces the enemy's attack, which is sometimes not even a thing you can do. Same here. So That's cool that the new one has that built in. Also can dodge. It'll be curious to see if the medium chance changes. Immense damage and greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Categories are movie heroes and fusion. Links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Fused Fighter, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Over in a Flash, and Golden Warrior. So that's the SSR. Let's see how the TUR changed. So he offers 3 key, 170 to movie heroes, and 150 to their HP and defense. He also does 170 to fusion. Wow, okay. And then 130 to HP and defense. There is absolutely, unless you want more HP and defense for a team that's more fusion centric, there's no reason to run this guy as your leader anymore if you have him, right? And that was kind of the case anyway with the LR, but I mean, you would still pass. But like this guy's leader skill actually, wait, hold on, it's pretty much the same. He has the LR's leader skill, except the LR actually gives 170 to HP as well, and only 130 to defense. That's a really interesting wrinkle. Really interesting wrinkle. Wow, that's a very powerful leader skill. Okay. Passive skill. Attack and defense plus 100%. That's normal. Attack effective against all types. That's not so normal. Medium chance to dodge enemies' attack. So he's super vanilla. Otherwise, I don't want to say vanilla because I mean he's kind of doing Gogeta things, but he's not doing anything like crazy, right? 100%. That's good. Defense, good. Effective against all types, normal Gogeta stuff for the most part. Tech Gogeta didn't have that, but otherwise they pretty much all do. Medium chance to dodge attacks. That's from Tech Gogeta, except he does it on the super attacks. But yeah, if conditions are met, transforms after 5 turns from the start of the battle. Oh, so they gave it 8. They gave it the free Piccolo's transformation mechanic. That's actually a really good one. I believe this is exactly the free Piccolo's transformation mechanic. After 5 turns. That's actually a really good mechanic. We'll pull that up here. I did a video the other day saying that I can't fathom them having bad transformation requirements. And I talked about the better ones. I said like Turles, in my opinion, is a good one. 21, Vegeta, those are all good ones, right? And then of course this guy's is good too. But Piccolo had a really good one from the start of the 4th turn. He just immediately assimilates with Nail and 5th turn, excuse me, immediately just transforms and gets a freaking massive boost, man. So that's cool. That's really cool. 5 turns, that's not too hard because it includes the turns he's not there. So let's see how he turns into though. SSGS Gogeta. Attack and defense go up by 30% to 130. Of course, the leader skill doesn't change. Guaranteed critical hit for each attack. Okay. High chance to dodge the enemy's attack. So they upped the medium to high. They take off the, by the way, I haven't really been pointing it out, but keep in mind that even though he only does 100, he still is getting, I believe this is a 50% increase to attack with the super attacks. So he's getting a lot of attack gain. He's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Even before transforming. So 130, that's very good, but this isn't like, again, see, something like this isn't on the surface, like, overwhelmingly good, because when we go back over to that list of units, wherever it was at, it's not, did I close it? It's not uncommon for units to have boosts like that. So we're going to come back to that type of stuff when it actually is relevant. But if we go over to fusions, we go back to the LR, go to the transformation cards. A lot of these cards kind of do the same thing post-transformation. So we go back over to the alterations, and then we pick up some of these cards. They pretty much all kind of do the same types of things as far as like the attack and defense gain. Here we go again, 130 to attack and defense. Here we go again, 130. So you see that they have this thing where they try to at least make the units relatively the same. You know what I'm saying? 120. Like, they try to do it, but I can already tell this unit's going to be busted just because of the guaranteed critical hit. So they totally gave up after that, but they had to make it busted. I get it. Guaranteed critical hit for each attack. So, like, additional attacks, please. Okay. High chance to dodge attacks. So they buffed that from being medium. Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to say. They got rid of the effective against all types. I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. They always kind of were. It's a little bit different, but that mechanic and this mechanic, guaranteed crits versus attacks effective, they're pretty much the same thing. I don't want people to flip the lid about this. They're pretty much the same thing. But this Gogeta, though, just like every other Gogeta pretty much, wants to have primarily additionals in the potential system because he's always going to be pretty much critical hitting, whether he's transformed or not. So this isn't crazy good to me, but it's pretty good. Because, again, you might net a little more damage, but whatever. But really, to me, when you have attacks effective and crits, you peak a little higher. So, anyways, at least from my experience. His super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. Why for 3 turns? Why for 3 turns? That's so unnecessary. Why? That's cool. I like it. But it's like, why? Because that means it stacks a couple of times. Okay. Saiyan Warrior Race, Fuse Fighter. He picks up Warrior Gods instead of Godly Power. I'm not a huge fan of Warrior Gods, but it's not bad. I'm just not a fan of it. Okay. It'll work on ROG. When he transformed, for one, I didn't point this out because I just noticed it. When he Dokkan Awakens from the normal summonable SSR, he does pick up ROG and Enhanced Transformation. That's really cool, Enhanced Transformation, by the way, because that's pretty much almost a villain-centric link. There's like a handful of heroes, if I recall correctly. In fact, we should have, no, we don't have it open. So that's cool. But also, ROG, he can be with the Goku and Vegeta cards that have that link. That's pretty much only them. There might be a couple of Vegetos. We'll double check. But it's pretty much only them. So that's pretty cool. We're going to go actually just double check that really quick, and then we'll move on to some of the other stuff. So let's go. We have this. You have what you probably do. Yep, there it is. So here's Warrior Gods. Yeah, so the new Vegeta's in there. The older Goku and Vegeta God and Blue cards are in here too. The transforming Vegeta and Goku that recently came out. SSB KK. Hopefully he gets an ECA. The AGL duo of Goku and Vegeta, the timeless duo. Yeah, I mean, it's not I don't want to say it's a great link, but it's pretty relevant if you have these units. It's not a bad link, so one that you can trigger pretty easily on ROG. So it should work. Should work pretty good. Okay, let's go back. So altogether, though, that guy's awesome. He is insanely good. I think he's amazing. But I don't think that he's like game breaking. Like they're not these guys. He's not better than LR. Well, some of them. He's not better than like every card in the game to me. I'd have to go back and double check. I'm not gonna let the hype overtake me. I don't see it. I don't see it. But I do think that he is 100% worth owning, and I do think he was worth saving for. But I'm not gonna jump the gun. I don't think that he's the best unit in the game yet. We'll have to see though. Like I said, just cut me the slack because I have to go back and take a look at it. Anyways, so we have Extreme Physical Broly. I thought he started off as Super Saiyan, though, in the V-Jump. Whatever. 2 key, 140% to attack, 120 to the movie boss's categories, HP and defense, or the boost to full power category. Oh, I thought he was going to be Enhanced Transformation. I mean, I pulled up full power because I knew, but like I'm just like, dang, I really thought he was going to be Enhanced Transformation. Key plus 5. For what? Why? For what reason? Attack plus 100, defense plus 80. Okay, all right, cool. Tell me more. Colossal damage to all enemies and colossal. Colossal. Okay. To all enemies and greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Okay. Are you gonna do Mega Colossal or some weird stuff? Hello? What makes Colossal though crazy? I think, correct me if I'm mistaken, it's been a while since I've looked into this, but isn't Colossal pretty much the equivalent to supreme damage? I think what really makes it crazy on the LRs is the key multiplier that they can access because of having more key innately. So otherwise that's not too crazy. It's if I recall correctly, it's like that. Bring back catastrophic damage, you cowards. Anyways, moving on. The TUR naturally will have 6 key, 130% attack and defense plus 100 without transforming, because apparently he transforms when conditions are met after 4 turns. That's very easy. So, for example, if Broly's the one unit that's off rotation, it'll actually take him 5 turns. You know, that one unit you don't see for the first couple of turns, but you do see on the 3rd turn. It'll actually take him 5 turns in that scenario. Fun fact, because he wouldn't be there the next turn, which would technically count. But if he's there the very first turn, you will get this on turn 4. If he's there any other turn, pretty much it takes a 2nd turn later, I believe. No. If he's there turn 1, it takes 5 turns too because the odd number. If he's there turn 2 though, that's perfect. So, all right. Transformed Broly, what are you doing? What the hell? 188. Okay. By the way, Broly's doing the same thing. 170, 150 for movie bosses, and then 170, 130. So nothing crazy. Passive skill, ki +8. Why is he giving himself so much ki? Does his ki multiplier go over 12? Because his ki, like, does he have like an LR bar? I'm not sure why he's doing this. It's so unnecessary to me. I mean, it's cool. He's gonna guarantee a super or whatever, but he has good key links. Like, he has, I didn't go over the links, but I mean, they're there. He has Saiyan Warrior Race, which is, I guess, proccable. He has Super Saiyan, which is going to be very common. He has Prodigies, which is kind of sometimes common. But he has Shocking Seed and Prepare for Battle. He's fine. I'm not sure why he gets so much ki, but okay. By the way, he has Pure Saiyans, Movie Bosses, Full Power, and Enhanced Transformation. Enhanced Transformation just got a big buff. It makes me feel bad that I don't have that leader. Hopefully he's on this banner. He's the only leader I don't have. Anyways. Ki +8. 188% attack, 120% def. This guy's going to hit a lot harder than Gogeta. Launches an additional, yep, he's going to hit harder. Launches an additional attack, which has a high chance to become a super attack. Interesting. And he greatly lowers defense. No! Why? Why couldn't you just keep the raising of the attack on the previous? Why would you change it? Because he's going to be too OP. That's why. By the way, this info could be subject to change. Let's go back up here and see the notes. About Gogeta Blue's passive, seems like he does indeed crit on each of his attacks. In French, the phase is, I can't read that, which means guaranteed critical hit for an attack. I'll change the translation according to what seems to be the consensus. I see a lot of people not understanding the way Broly's essay is worded. The French sentence, can't read that, meaning it is an AoE attack. The gigantesque multiplier word is the same one on LR Maj Vegeta's 18 key super in French. Yeah, so he's definitely colossal. And the word for the multiplier used in English is colossal, so I simply translated it that way. So yeah, Broly does have colossal, but I don't really think that's anything crazy. I mean, it could be, but maybe I'm mistaken. But anyways, I'd have to go back and see the effects, like in DBZ space. 188 is nutty. 120 defense is respectable. I'm still like on the why? Why does he need this? It bothers me. It actually does. My OCD is going crazy. Launching an additional attack, 50% chance most likely because it says high. And it has a chance to be a super attack. Just like the other Brolys, he can rattle off 3 supers. He's physical type, so he's going to at least have the free level 5. So you just want to max out his crit pretty much. This guy's going to be a monster. He's going to be an absolute terror. I like the Gogeta, but I kind of like the Broly more. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of like the Broly more. That's just how I feel. I don't know. And we do have some quick maths. I didn't read it. So factoring in the additional super attack, Broly's just gonna peak higher at 894% versus the Gogeta, who peaks at 674%. But that's not the be-all end-all. Of course, Gogeta can do other things. But yeah, he definitely is going to be hitting harder. And then here's the movie heroes category. I'm going to have to think about this. We're going to come back into a team build guide. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And let me know what you guys think. Anyways, have an awesome day, everyone. And I'll catch all of you in the next one.